Hello everyone, James here. Quick 5-minute update and some news, which I'll share with you at the end. Stay tuned. I want to go through some of these very quickly. I've got a live stream later at Olive Prime, and I'd love you to attend that. 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time here on YouTube at Olive Prime TV. I'm going to scan through these charts super quickly just to let you know of any changes to position. Ahead of the Jackson Hole meeting on Friday, I discussed that in the live stream yesterday. Check that out. I'll link that at the end of this video. Normally with a Jackson Hole meeting, which is the meeting of all the sort of financial chiefs in the world and talking about the future of money and the future of the economy, there's a bit of action and a bit of craziness that goes on. I've traded through about 30 of them so far, and they're always a bit of fun, and anticipation might lead this market to be pretty quiet up until then. Nevertheless, we have a short position on the pound and a short position on the euro yen. I'm just going through the positions. Target's about 300 to 500 pips on each of those. And going across to the NASDAQ, I've just got out of my long position on the NASDAQ right now. I fear that ahead of the Jackson Hole meeting on Friday, and with this sort of falling, descending triangle at the top of the zone, caution is required. So I'm going to wait for the market to open up a bit later on today, see what the early part of trading looks like, and decide whether we want to go long or go short. I'm open to both directions. At the same time, I remain short on QBTS, short on Nvidia, but long on some of the other names. And I'm also still long on gold and silver. Let me expand the gold chart so that you can see it. Just drifting along sideways, as we have been doing now since April. And I guess we might have to wait until the end of this week before we decide which way we're going to go. I've still got 3 paths on here. We're now betting on path A after having bet on path B and C before. We took a small amount of profit on the short bets, but now we're long. We're also long on silver, which has outperformed gold, and we've got some good profit on that trade. And I'm also long on copper, and it's bouncing along the bottom here as it has been doing for some time. On crypto, I'm still long on Bitcoin. I'm now 50% hedged on this long position. And I'm not going to go into it in detail now, but I will discuss it in the next video, and I will refer you to the last video. But just drifting down, I think the highest probability is a bounce off the bottom here, off the 100-period moving average, the original breakout level from that all-time high, and the bottom of both of these patterns, the potential bull flag with a clear out through the top and the bottom, but also this very shallow expanding pattern. I've set a target of 111,200 to exit those hedges and get fully long. I'm also fully hedged on XRP longs. You can see where I got in there. Going across to energies, I'm still long on natural gas, no changes, and hoping for this to move up. And I think it looks quite good, actually. I quite like the look of that bottom. Target $3.75 and then perhaps $4, $4.25. And we're also still long on WTI oil, looking for this bottom pattern to propel us up back to about 67 to 69, maybe even $70. Before a resumption of the move down. And then finally on softs and grains, we're still long on sugar, short on cocoa. We took a new short position on coffee at this line here. You can check that out. I did describe this in the last video too. This is the 50% retracement level of the move down and the previous swing low and high over here, and a good area for us to move down and resume the downtrend, allowing for a poke up to the top of the channel, and that could take us up to 365 before turning down, if it turns down. And then the targets are initially down to this low, this previous swing low at about 279, and then below there. We're also still long on soybeans. That's looking great. Thank you, Donald Trump. Long on cotton. I love this trade in this chart. Let me zoom in to show you what it looks like. I think we could get a big sharp short squeeze on cotton. We're also long on corn and wheat. Wheat looking great, with the futures contract rolling over and bouncing off the bottom of this falling wedge and another short squeeze in the offing. Well, that's all, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video. I've got a video series coming up, which I think you'll find incredibly useful and interesting. And I'll be doing it here on YouTube for free. So make sure you subscribe, you like this video, and click the notification bell so that you stay informed about future videos. Take care. Have a great trading day. I'll speak to you soon.
Put it on the wick. Check. She's trading meme coins at 3:30. I'm scalping breakouts off BTC. She's got hype, I got my edge. Trend line bouncing off my fib retrench. Wick to the downside, baby, I'm there. Snipe that entry like a Boston flared hair. No guessing, no stressing, I trade with poise. Volume building like disco noise.